Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Greetings to all my Muslim brothers, my Christians brothers, and I want to talk about the recent happening between Davido and the artist and the music shoot. Now, I didn't want to say anything, but what drew my attention is the rapid spread of the one that is raining online. Islam will take over the world. Islam will do this. I've been having a lot of issue with most Muslims, at the same time Christians. Muslims are you always attacking Christians. You are not attacking Muslims. I don't attack Christians. I don't attack Muslims. I just point out the fact from your own holy book. Except you are telling us that you are only using the holy book to attract people in, and then when they come in, you show them a different thing. Because Islam truly is a peaceful religion. Islam is a peaceful religion, and Christianity also is a peaceful religion. But over the years, it's not about what you say, it's about what you do. Even the youngest kid, a child that you gave birth to just 2 years ago, is scared of having to do things with Muslims. And that is why it's very common when you hear things like, that Muslim are very good Muslim, meaning there is a bad rap about being a Muslim. And all of this happening on the internet is the reason why Islam today, you think Islam is growing. Islam is not increasing in Africa any longer. The only people that are accepting Islam are intellectuals. People like me who must have read and they got convinced. Nobody preached Islam to me before I accepted Islam when I became a Muslim. Now the idea of going online to attack people because you felt that they desecrated your religion is un-Islamic. It is un-Islamic to attack people, to cause bodily harm of people, to cause riots, to be aggressive because somebody shot a movie or a music video where people are dancing on the mat and praying. They were not desecrating the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Neither did they do that music video with the mindset of desecrating the religion. I can tell you for all, because one of the things I have discovered about Islam is it is the only religion that promotes what is called sanity, logic, and reasoning. I will give you an example where the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave us a real life example of how we should live as Muslims. I use the word we. I don't want to exclude myself out of it. I'm not a Muslim, neither am I a Christian. Rather, I'm a messenger sent to Africa to preach the good news of God. There was a case of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he was owing a Jewish riba. The person of riba, Zaid ibn Sunnah. He was a Jewish riba, and Prophet Muhammad was owing that riba, a Jewish riba, Ibn Sunnah, a measure of 20. It could be grains, it could be dinari, whatever it was. And then the riba walked up to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and grabbed the cloak and called the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam a name, a very insulting name. He said, "You aimless wanderer, when are you paying me my money?" And there was a companion standing by the Prophet. The companion got angry and became aggressive. I'm talking of the person of Umar ibn Akhtar. He was aggressive. And what did he do? He did not do anything. He did not fight the riba Ibn Sunnah. Neither did he raise his sword against him. He made a statement based on the teaching of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "O enemy of Allah, do you talk to the messenger of Allah and behave unruly and unjustly towards him? By the one who sent him, I swear by Allah, if not of the fact that I am going to miss paradise, I would have chopped off your head." Meaning, they were taught as long as there is reasoning, there is no need carrying sword to kill someone. There is no need being aggressive. There is no need being defensive. And when he made this statement, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam felt he was too aggressive. I'm talking about the person of Umar ibn Akhtar. If the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not defend himself, why are Muslims trying to defend themselves? Because somebody made a video online. You now see that you call yourself Muslims, you do absolute opposite, because foolishness is reigning in your life. You read the Quran, you don't do what the Quran is saying. You do opposite of what the Quran is saying. And people come with fake and false hadiths to teach you to be aggressive. Islam is a peaceful religion. It's not an aggressive religion. Islam teaches you to have a second thinking, a second reasoning before acting. And the only part where the Quran said you should what? Be aggressive is in defense. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied Umar, and he said, don't be aggressive. Why didn't you remind me that I am owing the riba? Why didn't you remind me so that I can pay back? It was my inability to pay back was why he came, and he turned back to the riba. He said, but I still have 3 days more. I still have 3 days to pay back. Why did you come attacking me? And there is a hadith where the wife of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I'm talking about Aisha, mother Aisha, may the peace of Allah be upon her. He said, the Prophet never defended himself, neither did he teach anyone to defend him. Meaning, even if Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is being insulted today, it is not your right to defend him. He said the only time you can be aggressive is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is being insulted. It is fanaticism, it is extremism for you to raise a sword and kill a soul because Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was insulted. Do you know, when you begin to act like this, you are taking the job of Allah from his side. And I will give you Quran. Muslims, some of you are saying this guy is talking rubbish. I am going to read the Quran for you, areas where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us instruction on what we should do. And I ask most Muslims, are we to follow the teachings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the instructions in the Quran, or we should follow the fake hadiths of the words and words of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam made a statement before he died: if anyone had worshipped me or take me above Allah, let that person know that he is surely dead. These were his last words when he was about to die after eating the meat that was poisoned by a Jewish woman. It was on record that the daughter used his mouth to soften the siwak. The Muslim took brush and gave it to the prophet. And that was one of the testimony the daughter said. He said, for truly my saliva was mixed with the saliva of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is the greatest of all. He told them, if anyone worship me, Muhammad, or take me above Allah, know that he is dead. Why are you defending the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? What did the Quran, what did Allah say in the Quran about defense, about being aggressive? Islam is totally against aggression. Islam is against societal opera. Islam is against carrying fire to burn properties and make the whole place opera. But the question here is this: those of you who are doing this act, you have not read the Quran to understand it. You only memorize it without understanding. You fail to understand that one of the criteria of being added into Jannah is being intelligent and being smart. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not go to school, but he was schooled by the power of Allah. He understood what is right from wrong. It was his excellent spirit that the people of Mecca was against him, and he was expelled from his own home. And Medina welcomed him. Surah chapter 2 verse 190 said, you may fight in the cause of Allah against those who attack you. He said, but do not aggress, for Allah does not love the aggressors. Now when you read verse 191 down, you find out where Allah was telling them, if they wage war against you, wage war against them. Now when you go to verse 192, the Quran is saying, if they refrain, for Allah is one that forgives. The only criteria where you can raise your sword, where you can commit any form of aggression, is when your life is in danger, and when you are being pushed away from your homes, then you can fight back. Either way, you should not fight back. And the Quran also made it clear that even when you fight back, do not fight them in the mosque. He said, do not destroy homes where Allah's names is being called. Do not kill the children, do not kill women, do not kill elderly, do not cut down trees, do not kill animals. Fight only those who fight against you. And the Quran made it clear that God is all forgiving, all knowing. So I want to understand, humans, are you now going to fight for Allah? There is never any authentic hadith or in the Quran where it is said that you should defend the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now that was it said that we should defend Islam. Islam was never, you were never asked to defend Islam. He only said defend your ummah. The Arabic word for ummah is your faith. Defend your faith, your belief. Islam teaches us to have a strong belief in Allah, and it's an individual thing. It's not a collective one. We have made Islam a laughing stock, a joke. We've added Islam to a religion that is not a laughing stock. Some of you will say, are you a Muslim? Or are you a traditionalist? I'm not a Muslim. I've studied every religion, and each and every one of them have some goodness in them. That's why even in the water, we read the Bible, we read the Quran, we read the Gita, we read the Avesta, and we have our own holy book, Nima Sedani. So Muslims going around the internet trying to cause some havoc and aggression. Islam, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not tell you to dominate the world. He said your character is your number one tool in converting people to Islam. I can tell you the story of a woman who was abusing the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For several days, he will take death and put in the front of the house of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He will bring death, and the company said, "Prophet, what should we do about it?" He said, "Let her be." He continually doing this act, insulting the Prophet, dumping refuse and sour things inside the front yard of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, until one day the Prophet woke up in the morning and he see the woman insult him. Now that he didn't see refuse in front of his house. He waited the second day, the woman did not come. He waited the third day, the woman did not come. And he asked the companion, "Where is this woman?" And the companion said, "Finally, Allah have answered our prayer. The woman is not coming." He said, "No, Allah did not answer your prayer. Something is wrong." And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam went to the house of the woman to find out what is going on. He discovered that the woman was severely ill. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the greatest prophet that lived in his time, raised his hand before Allah and said, "If truly you sent me, let this sickness go away." And instantly the woman was healed. And that was how the woman converted into Islam. Sometimes our character, the way we carry ourselves, should be what convert people to Islam. We've seen cases of people go to church to do music videos. We all know that Allah is not found in those houses. We all know that Allah cannot be found in mosques. Allah cannot be found in many things that we use our money to build. Allah is in our heart. And the Quran said in Surah Baqarah, He said, "Oh you Israel," it was a warning that was given to them. That same warning I'm giving you. He said, "Oh you Israel, have ye forgotten how I chose you and I preferred you among all our people?" He said, "But you went against me and war befell you." He reminded them how he rescued them from Egypt, how he drowned Pharaoh, and he made a mockery of Pharaoh when he said, "Pharaoh, this day it will be a sign for people ahead of you that I will preserve your body, and it will be a sign that I am Allah the Great, the All Absolute." And Allah escorted them to where His power is mighty, which is the water. And that is what we preach in the water religion. Stop defending Islam and the Prophet. Defend your faith and the name of Allah. And I pray every one of you, you will not like your religion to be ridiculed, neither would you like your God to be ridiculed. Let's respect our individual religions and beliefs. Let's not make mockery of others. Let's not. Let us be moderate in the way we deal with each other. You ask yourself, what if you were born into an Islamic home? A Muslim, ask yourself, what if you were born into the home of a Judaism or Christianity? What if you were born into my home to be a watered? There are things that we cannot choose for ourselves when we are giving birth to. The family we are born into, the person that is going to be our brothers, our sisters, our mother, and the religion we are born into when we were young. So, my Muslim brothers and sisters, let us be calm and let's live the example of what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has led for us. Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.